Hello everyone. Okay, well it's quite a few hours ago now, but I've been busy trying to get an upload going, and yeah, there was an earthquake in Aleutian Islands, Alaska, Fox Islands and Aleutian Islands, Alaska, at 5 minutes to almost 4 minutes to 11 on September 2nd, UTC time. Okay, that's about 1 hour and 4 minutes before the exact alignment with Jupiter, which is the alignment I was talking about the other day on the previous video, where we'd expect a discharge event which would be felt as an earthquake, and that was the biggest earthquake on the day. It was first listed as a 7.2. They subsequently have downgraded it to a 6.8, and of course a few hours later there was a 6.7 in Santiago del Estero, Argentina. It was at 1347, and of course that's, if I recall, that's about 3 hours and 47 minutes after the exact alignment. I have to go back and look at the charts properly to say, I think the exact alignment is practically on 12 o'clock UTC time. So later on I'll go back to Celestia and just show you the video I made the other day, just briefly, so you can see that the exact alignment of what I'm referring to in this video. Okay, so let's have a look at the live seismic servers. As you can see, this is a very big earthquake. It's certainly not a 6.8, certainly in the magnitude, well, the upper sevens at least, you know. This is all around the world. We have to say this is a minor earth wobble event. This is the area of the earthquake here where it occurred, and of course this wobbling goes on, well, for several hours. I'll zoom into one of these and we'll have a look to see how many hours. Okay, as you see, it's all around the world, and even in Russia. I mean, Russia's actually seems to be showing it more. I guess it's because proximity to Alaska. Okay, so let's have a look at the one in Alaska. Okay, and as you can see, it started at about 11. We've got a pretty straight line going right up until really to 10:59, and then you can't really see anything here. The line sort of gets fragmented. I'll just move this up so you can see the whole thing. You can see this is College Station, or College, Alaska. Okay, and this is the date time. Okay, this is MDT time, but the scale down the side here is actually UTC. Well, they're saying GMT. This is normally UTC time down the side. I don't know why they have MDT time at the top and then UTC time down the bottom. It's really confusing. Anyway, yeah, so we've got about, this is a full hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and it seems like it merged right into this other earthquake. You really can't see where the one in Argentina might have began and the one in Alaska might have ended. So we've got like about 4 hours worth of movement here. 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, and it sort of stabilizes about here somewhere at 1500 UTC time. So about 4 hour movement. That's a, well, I classify a earth wobble event. Oops, we might get a bit of crackling here. It's really one of these earth wobble events, but it's a small one. But this is a significant earthquake. This is a really decent sized earthquake. Okay, so let's look at some other seismographs. We'll go to Argentina. I think we've got a seismograph for Argentina. Okay, here's Argentina, and this is what it looked like. I just pull it down to the screen. You can see this is the Argentinian one. Okay, so the Alaskan one shows up on the Argentinian one. The shock reached Argentina at about 20 minutes past 11 at UTC time. So that's the Alaskan one you're seeing in Argentina, and it looks like it stabilized about here somewhere, and then the Argentinian one must have hit about here. Okay, so there's Argentina's, the rest of this movement here. So Argentina's one, okay, it looks like it was 2 hours long. But it's, looking at the other seismographs, it's really hard to tell. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make, the Argentina one was actually probably was, I think they're calling it a 6.8. Let's have a look back. 6.7. Okay, they're calling the Argentine one at 6.7. That looks, maybe you could say that was a 6.7. It's quite okay. But when you go to the Alaskan seismograph, let's pull that up again. This clearly is not a 6.8. You know, they're calling that a 6.8. That's clearly not a 6.8. It's clearly something much bigger. Okay, so people are questioning why they've downgraded it from a 7.2 to the 6.8. Well, because they didn't want to put it at its true magnitude, for whatever reason they might have for that. And I'll leave you to figure that out for yourself, but it's not too hard to figure out. So that was the earthquake, and of course this occurred on the Earth-Moon-Jupiter alignment, pretty much on schedule. One occurred 5 minutes before, or actually an hour and 5 minutes before the exact alignment, and it was the bigger of the two. The other one occurred within about 4 hours. Yeah. The exact alignment was at well, it was about 12, I think. When I was looking at the chart, the exact alignment was about 12 midday UTC time, and this one's actually 3 hours and 50 minutes after that. Okay, so pay attention to where Alignment is. So it's slightly lower than horizontal, so we'll speed the time up a bit and we'll move on. So as we come around and we hit this Alignment alignment, the actual alignment will occur on September 1st. I don't think we'll see anything earlier than that. I think it'll actually be September 1st where you'll see this in some sort of event, because we're going to be in alignment with the head of the comet and perhaps a comma. Okay, so as far as when do we next come into alignment with the tail, well, that's actually not going to be until September 10th. So prior to that, we're going to have, let's go down to the Earth and I'll show you where we discharge after this charge up event with the alignment with Elenin. Okay, so we passed that alignment, and as you will see, if we go to the Moon, we start to get into alignment with Jupiter. Okay, now we're looking at the Earth from the perspective of the Moon, and we're looking at the approaching alignment to Jupiter. As you can see, the alignment occurs on September 2nd, and it should occur at about 12 midday UTC time. Okay, that'll be about the alignment, so let's give ourselves a 2-hour window. A 1-hour window is not enough, as I discovered last time, so we'll call it between 11 AM and 1 PM. Will be a significant earthquake, magnitude 7+. Let's have a look to see what we had previously on that alignment. And on the last Jupiter alignment, which was on August 20, okay, it was the 7.2 in Vanuatu, followed by 7.1. In fact, I think they've increased these. I think they were calling this the 7.0, so they've bumped it back up again. So that was the two major earthquakes that actually occurred on that day. We had a 7.2 followed by a 7.1, and that was on the Jupiter alignment.